X-Men spin-off The New Mutants is finally coming out on August 28, 2020, more than 2 years after it was originally set to be released. These characters have been around for decades, and their actors have been working for years, but where exactly have we seen these kids before? Anya Taylor-Joy's path to Hollywood began when she was flagged down by a stranger in London at the age of 16, which sounds like the start of a horror story. The Miami-born actor got quite the shock when she noticed a mysterious black car started tailing her, panicked to the point that she picked up her dog and started running. She later told Style magazine that she thought, quote, "This is the end."
So I speed up, pick up the dog, and then start running. And then this guy sticks his head out the window and goes, "If you stop, you won't regret it." And I stopped.
It turned out not to be the end, but rather the beginning of something huge. The person in the car was veteran modeling agent Sarah Dukas, the woman who launched the careers of Kate Moss and Cara Delevingne. Taylor was signed to a contract the next day, and before long, she was rubbing elbows with acting agents, too. Taylor-Joy jumped in at the deep end with her acting career, taking on the lead role in her first film. The newcomer was widely praised for her performance as a Puritan girl in 2015's The Witch, a New England-set gothic horror that blew the critics away. She cemented herself as an exciting new talent the following year when she appeared in sci-fi slasher Morgan, college-age Barack Obama biopic Barry, in which she played the future president's girlfriend, and M. Night Shyamalan's surprise superhero sequel Split. She would reprise the latter role in 2019's Glass, by which point her work on The New Mutants was already done and dusted. Fans of British drama will also recognize Taylor-Joy from her roles in The Miniaturist and Peaky Blinders. Chances are you already know where you've seen Maisie Williams before, but in case you've been living under a rock this past decade, she starred as Arya Stark in the HBO fantasy series Game of Thrones. Williams' life was pretty much consumed by Game of Thrones from the moment it became a hit, with her mother choosing to pull her out of school to concentrate on acting full-time. But she still found time to work on other projects during its 8-season run. She appeared in British shows like The Secret of Crickley Hall and Doctor Who, and she began making her mark in feature films with lead roles in period mystery piece The Falling in 2014, sci-fi thriller I Boy in 2017, and adventure comedy Then Came You in 2018. Like his New Mutants co-star Maisie Williams, Charlie Heaton rose to prominence after landing a part in a TV show that quickly blew up. He's portrayed Jonathan Byers on Netflix hit Stranger Things since the show's first season, though unlike Williams, he had a number of credits to his name prior to his big breakthrough. He cut his teeth on British TV dramas DCI Banks, Vera, and Casualty before making the move to feature films in 2015, playing a drug dealer in the gangster flick Rise of the Foot Soldier Part 2. After a few more small roles in indie films, the Yorkshire native was off to Hollywood. He had to rough it a little to begin with, but before long, Heaton was walking red carpets. He told GQ, "I had this crazy trajectory. I went from literally living in a hostel in LA at the beginning of 2015 to shooting Stranger Things at the end of 2015. I had this turbulent, crazy year, and then the show came out in 2016. He appeared alongside Naomi Watts in psychological thriller Shut In that same year, and in 2017, he filmed his scenes as Marvel mutant Samuel Guthrie, a.k.a. Cannonball. Blu Hunt wasn't very well known when she landed the part of mutant Danielle Moonstar, aka Mirage, but she wasn't exactly plucked from obscurity either. Hunt, who is of Lakota ancestry, began working on a web series when she moved to LA, but she didn't have to wait long for her first mainstream role. In 2017, the CW snapped her up to play Anadu, a powerful Native American witch better known by the name of the Hollow, in Vampire Diaries spin-off The Originals, which is where you may know her from. Hunt went straight into The New Mutants from there, but she's played a number of other roles since filming the X-Men movie. In 2019, Hunt appeared in the debut episode of Colby Smolder's crime drama Stumptown, which scored rave reviews during its first season. She also went on to star in a lead role on the Netflix series Another Life. Henry Zaga made his debut in 2015 when he appeared in an episode of the NBC procedural The Mysteries of Laura. It was just a one-off appearance, but he was destined for bigger things anyway. Soon after, the up-and-comer landed the role of Josh Diaz in Teen Wolf, cementing his spot among the ranks of Hollywood's newest teen heartthrobs. Zaga made his feature film debut the following year with a role in Netflix's XOXO, an ensemble film about the interconnecting lives of 6 strangers. He popped up in former drug dealer Angie Wong's debut feature MDMA in 2017, though that would be largely overshadowed by his role in another Netflix production. He played Tony's boyfriend Brad in the first season of 13 Reasons Why. Like his New Mutants co-star, Zaga has worked on numerous other projects since he finished shooting the Marvel film, seemingly happy to move from teen drama to teen drama. He went on to play Jake in Hulu series Looking for Alaska, and then portrayed Luca in 13 episodes of the Netflix series Trinkets, about 3 friends who meet at Shoplifters Anonymous. Unlike the youngsters under her supposed care, Alice Braga, who plays Dr. Cecilia Reyes, has been around for some time. She made her film debut as Angelica in critical darling City of God and went on to star in two more Brazilian films, 2005's Lower City and 2006's Only God Knows, before making the transition to Hollywood in the mid-2000s. She became known to wider audiences in 2007 when she worked alongside Will Smith in I Am Legend, playing the survivor who takes a cure from the star before he blows himself and a bunch of terribly rendered zombies to pieces. Since then, Braga has split her time between the States and Brazil, where she has her own production company. She's never stopped acting, however, and chances are you've seen her do her thing on numerous occasions over the past decade, even if you didn't know it. In 2010, she starred opposite Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker in action thriller Repo Men. And that same year, she joined an ensemble cast that included Adrian Brody and Lawrence Fishburne for Predators, an attempted revival of the sci-fi franchise. Other notable credits include the Matt Damon sci-fi thriller Elysium in 2013 and the Simon Pegg comedy Kill Me 3 Times the year after. Since 2016, she starred on the hit show Queen of the South as Teresa Mendoza, a downtrodden Mexican woman who builds a drug empire. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.